Hi and welcome to Everyday Blogging with Rich Pasini. Today is March 8th, 2019. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you like the content and come back for more. Today I want to talk to you about how to be a better seller on eBay. That information is coming up and I want to share some stuff with you guys. Stick around. Thanks. Okay, I want to start off first by looking at a successful seller. I consider a successful seller. This person, I blotted out the names of the buyer and the seller because I'm not here to shame anybody or put anybody down. It's basically as an example to show you what you wouldn't do or shouldn't do as a seller. Now, if you look up here, this silver star, this silver shooting star, means that they have over 1 million transactions. That's what that means, that silver star. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. If you are new to eBay, eBay has these stars. A red star, they break it down. Like with mine, I have a red star. I think it's from, I don't know, 500 to over 1,000. You get a red star, and then you get a turquoise star, and so on and so forth. This one here, when you see a person with a shooting star, that means they got thousands upon thousands, and I mean thousands. I mean like 100,000, 200,000, whatever. This one here, this star represents, this silver shooting star represents over 1 million feedback. So that's how much items they've been selling here. Hopefully that's the way I understand it. But the reason why, for all intents and purposes, the reason why I'm using this slide here, I got a couple of slides from the same seller, is that I want to show you the things, what I look for and the things you don't want to do. Now, this seller has over 207,750 feedbacks received. Okay, I only printed out, I only highlighted out 3 pages. That's it. I did this one and 2 other ones. They're under feedbacks. Now, whenever I'm making a purchase for myself, this is me personally, I always like to check out their feedback. Now, a lot of people say, well, feedback doesn't really make a difference. To me, it does. To me, it does. Feedback is very important to me. And when I go to a particular seller, I always like to see if they got negative feedbacks. And if they do, I like to read a couple pages and see why they're getting feedbacks. Okay? This person here, this seller, has 823 negative feedbacks, 848 neutrals, and positive. Of course, they got quite a bit of positive, which is good. That's good. If you look at the ratios, I mean, the positive outweighs the negative, no, by far. But I always like to, the reason why I'm going to bring this to your attention, guys, is for the simple reason is I want you to look, especially if you're a newbie eBay seller, okay? If you're going to be, if you're a newbie eBay seller, tongue twister there. I want to show you these things so you will be a better seller, okay? So I only got a couple pages, but we're going to look through some of these here, and let's look for the negatives. Now, the reason why I picked out the negatives is because it'll give you a little insight as to what you don't want to do, okay, on your selling, on your listings, as far as a seller, especially if you're going to do this as a business. You want to learn from other people's mistakes. This one over here, look at over here, contact the seller but got no response. All right, I'm not going to go, I'm not going to get into what they bought, okay? I highlighted out the things here, blanked them out because I don't want you to see the buyers. And again, I blanked out the seller because we don't need to. We're not here to, this ain't the hall of shame here. It's just to use it as an example. Then it says here, sold a dress that is torn in multiple places. Poor customer service. Photo is not of shoes, badly scuffed. Doesn't appreciate their good customers. Will never order again. Sneaky, added sales tax without it being in the listing. Thank you for your quick shipping. The dress is beautiful. This is a positive, but they put it as a negative. It happens. It can happen, right? It happens. It's not. You can see it's not a negative feedback. They're saying thank you for the quick shipping and the dress is beautiful. So, some people will make mistakes like that, but it will reflect on you. But remember one thing, folks. With negatives, as far as I know, they only stay on for a year. So if this came on, for example, let's say today is March 8th, 2019, it will come off in March 8th, 2020. Okay, that's how it works. That's what I was told. In some cases, you could also, a seller could also, contact eBay and see if they can get that negative feedback removed. But you got to go through. You have to contact the buyer first. What I was told. Okay, that happened to me. I had a situation with a buyer, and the buyer later on recanted and said, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to leave a negative feedback." And what was I supposed to do? I gave them the directions. They did it, and it was removed. Here's another one. Never received, never refund. Same thing over here, same thing here. Let's click another page. Contact the seller but got no response. Sold address. Okay, well, let's see. All right, is this the same thing? I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to go back and forth here. Maybe I'm going to move it this way. I apologize, folks. I think this is another one. Okay. Purchased twice, right? Let's see. Yeah, okay. Because some of them look almost the same. Purchased twice from the seller's size stated in the listing is wrote both times. Not new as advertised. Dirty, scuffed and worn. Refuses communication about return. Super bad quality. It looks like used. Need to return back. The item received did not match the item advertised on the seller's site. Came with the snag. Contacted them. We sell shelf pulls, so basically deal with it. Shipment was fine, no seller's fault. Size was off probably by a manufacturer. It is not new as advertised, very much used, fraying all over. Way too small. Sent wrong address and making me wait 2 weeks for a refund. Terrible service. I paid for it on February 14th and February 27th. Haven't received it. Seller won't help. And then the last one is here. I can't read this, what it is. I'm trying to return the shirt, but I don't get the return label. So hard to return. Okay, let me just back at you really quick. Okay, so as you can see, those are the things you don't want to do as a seller, especially a newbie. You want to do is you want to create a good image. You want people to constantly come back to you. You want to get repeat customers. Those are the things. And you could always refer back to this video if you'd like to, see the things that on the negative feedbacks, if you want to just get an idea for yourself. Those are the things you want to expand on. Not expanding meaning I want to emulate them and do the same thing, meaning I don't want to do those things. I want to improvise and try to make myself, I want to do a lot better than that. I never want to have those type of negative responses from my potential buyers or buyers. Okay? Now remember, people, I myself, if I'm going to buy something from somebody, now I think I might have mentioned this in my other videos, when I purchase stuff off of eBay, I usually buy toner cartridges and ink cartridges. I got 2 HP printers. I got one for a laser, the HP 75 2050 whatever 2055 DN laser printer, and the 7520 all-in-one. I will buy toner cartridges for both, the toner cartridge for the laser and the ink cartridge for my the all-in-one. And I will always look at the buyer's feedback. Now, a lot of people say, that doesn't bother me. I don't care what they have. I like to read. The reason why I like to see how the seller responds to the buyer. Okay? I'm a buyer now. Okay? I sell exclusively on eBay, but when I buy, when I'm making a purchase, I'm a buyer. I want to know what service you're going to offer me. Okay? And I don't care if it's a $5 or $10 item. I want to know what kind of service. I want to know what you're all about. And sometimes I might take it even a little further. I might like to also go to view the history and see what this person is about if they talk a little about themselves. I started this business back in when they usually tell you the year they started, so on and so forth. But I like to do that. I like to go that extra mile. Okay? And it doesn't matter. People say, well, that's really irrelevant. I really wouldn't need to go tell us the extremes to buy some of eBay. But if you're going to see if a person's got a pattern where they're not responding to their buyers, that's a problem, because if that's affecting them, it's going to affect you. Okay, now here's the thing. Here's my take on it. Here's what I'm trying to say. I'm going to go to a couple of windows there. I got some more website open, windows open. I want to go over with you guys. If you're going to get involved with this business, folks, whether it's going to be a hobby, part-time, or it's going to be a full-time venture, especially if you're going to make it a full-time venture, you might really want to pay attention and follow, and listen to what I'm saying. Hear me out. I'm not an eBay guru. I've been selling on eBay since 1999. So yes, I've been around here. I've been on eBay for 20 years, on and off. That's why if you look at my feedback score, I don't have a big high feedback score because I haven't been really getting involved with selling on eBay. Basically, I think I got heavy into it when I lost my job back in 2016, due to a company layoff. That's how I started getting more involved with eBay, and that's how I got started getting involved more with YouTube. So what I'm trying to say, folks, is those display pictures I just showed you back there. It's not like I said again. It's not to make any derogatory statements towards the buyer or the seller. It's just basically to give you a little insight as to what you shouldn't be doing. Okay, you don't want to emulate that. I'm going to bump out of here, and I'm just going to go talk a little. I got a couple windows opened up there, and I just want to share some information with you guys, and then we're going to take it from there. And hopefully I can close this video out soon enough because I really don't want it to be too long. I just want to go over the basics with it. And basically, that's what it's going to be, the basics. So let's get right to it. Okay. The first thing you want to do is, if you're going to get involved with starting to sell on eBay, you want to go to their site. And this one here, it's got a lot of information on it. Like I said, you can see I got quite a few windows open on the top here, but I'm not going to expand too much on so I don't get nervous. I don't want this to be a 2-hour video here. This is just to give you a little insight as far as how to get involved with it. What you want to do is, when you go to eBay, I'm going to give you the URL up there just in case, because I was having a little problem trying to find it myself. I think there is another way to do it. Basically, what you want to do is go down to the bottom here and just click on Seller Central. I think that's what brought me there, and you could check it out that way. But for all intents and purposes, if you guys want the URL, I'll give you the URL. It's www.ebay.com/help/selling/selling-tips/selling ? ID equals 4081 and it'll bring you to this page. It goes over here, start selling on eBay. Whether you want to make some extra cash, clean out unwanted items around the house, or even start a business, it's easy to start selling on eBay. And then it says over here, our guides below will help you get started selling and providing more details on pricing, items, choosing your shipping options, setting up and how you'll get paid after the sale, and more. So I'm not going to expand on all of these here because, like I said, I want to close these out as I go along. Here you're going to notice when you come to this page, you're going to see over here, it's going to say over here, getting started on eBay. Now these are the ones in blue are all active hyperlinks. So when you click them on, they will bump you to, it'll take you to another site. They'll take you off site, this one here. So you got over here, once you signed up for eBay, here's how you start selling, and you're going to click to sell, and then so on and so forth. Okay, and they got a lot of good information there. Signing up for an eBay account, creating a listing, pricing your items, setting up and changing your payment method, setting up your shipment options, and so on and so forth. You can see it here. Okay. Now I'm going to click out of here, and we're going to just expand a little on other stuff here. So let me close this one out. All right, you already know I gave you the URL for this here, so I think it's going to be basically almost the same thing. Well, this is the listing policies, but when you click that on, I think it'll take you back to the listing policies. All right, so anyway, here, if you're going to list, make sure you read the listing policies. Because you don't want to list the wrong things, okay? That's number one. Number two, follow their guidelines here and read the things that are prohibited and stuff like that. Now, that might be in the next page coming at the rules and regulations, I think, here coming up. But if you look at this one here, this is another one you want to check out with the listing policies, right? This is over here. Find out everything you need to know about what's allowed in listings, as well as information on how to make and to have an easier, more successful selling experience, and a detailed policy and guidelines below. Okay, so my suggestion is these web pictures I'm holding, your websites here, we're all eBay related, of course. I recommend you, if you get a chance, to read them. Okay, definitely check them out. I'm not going to go over them too much. Like I said again, you can see it's right here. All the hyperlinks are in blue. And if you need to find out information, just click them on, and you can get the information that way. So let's move right along here. Your eBay account, signing up for an eBay account, signing up, yeah, it tells you up here, signing into your account, account holds, restrictions, suspensions, protecting your account, messages, changing your account settings. Again, for all intents and purposes, this is for you, okay? I recommend you read some of this here. If you don't want to read all of it, just skim through it though, but just get the basics and, you know, follow up on it, okay? Make sure you do the right thing by them because, like I said again, you know, what you exclude out of your learning here, it is going to be a learning process. It may affect you later on by not adhering to their rules and regulations. So make sure you do the right thing by that. So let's move on here. Let's click on this one here. We go. Okay, I think we took, okay, here's the eBay's rules and policies. Okay, we are committed to providing secure and fair marketplace for our buyers and sellers. To support this commitment, we put in place rules and policies that govern expectations of the buyers and sellers, the actions we take to keep you safe, and how we will protect you if something goes wrong. Again, everything in here with the blue is all active hyperlinks. You might want to read prohibited and restricted items, which I suggest you do, rules and policies for buyers, feedback policies, member behavior policies, eBay money back guarantee, listing policies, selling policies, motor bidding policies, and so on. Okay, you could check these out. Like I said again, you can get all this here, I believe, from the eBay Seller Hub, I think. Well, actually, how I got to these windows, I went right over here to Seller Center. You click that on at the bottom, and it should bring you up to that there, and then you could maneuver around it. Okay, so let's move right along. Now, even though this shows 2018 summer seller update, eBay does update. Like you might say, well, this is old information, but if you scroll down to the bottom here, it says copyright 1995-2019. So they did update this part. They just kept in place the 2018 summer seller update. And you could read about the inventory optimization, the selling metrics and shipping, about the eBay stores, and simplified returns, and seller vision, and then seller updates at a glance. You can read more about this here. Okay, so let's move right along. eBay also has a YouTube channel. Now you can see right here, I subscribed and I got the bell notification. So every time eBay kicks out a new video, I get updated on it. Now a lot of people, I don't know if you're familiar with this here. Maybe you weren't aware that they had a YouTube channel for the newbies. I'm talking, not the seasoned sellers, because I know you guys know about it, but I'm talking for the newbies. They may not know about it. You could also go to their YouTube channel and you could learn from them too as well. Okay, it just goes on here, just selling on eBay, or you could just do a Google search on Google, just type selling on eBay, and it should bring you right to this, the YouTube page there for eBay. Okay. Like I said, I subscribed. I also hit the bell notification icon because when they post new stuff, I want to be aware of it. And I think you guys, as a new sellers, you may want to check into this as well. Okay, I'm not going to play it in these videos, even though they are very short. You can get you'll get the gist of it. You could do that on your free time. Now, here's the thing I did over here about does eBay get you higher in search rankings? I'm chuckling over here because for the simple reason is I heard from one of the eBay teammates saying that if you are a top rate seller, you do get higher in search rankings. But I don't know. I have to kind of like beg to differ. I don't think it really means anything. And I'm not trying to, set you off on a bad start already, put a bad taste in your mouth. But there's a little gray area there. I mean, because if you talk to different, eBay teammates, some of them will tell you different stories. One told me that if by being a top rate seller, you do stand above the non-top rated sellers. I don't work for eBay, so I cannot tell you. I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't be affirmative on that there, but I don't have that information for you. I only go by what's told to me from the eBay teammate. But he did state that being a top rate seller, you do get more, like you get higher in a search ranking or something like that. So I said, well, all right, well, that's pretty cool. You know, if that's the case, then if that's true, that's pretty cool. But look over here, being on top. Now, this is the Google search. You can see it's Google. All right. Then I put over here, does eBay does your eBay listing get higher in search rankings if you are top rated? Being on top of the search results is something many eBay sellers dream of, right? But following this guide, that you can dream that dream can now become reality, and you could finally achieve page, okay, one search rankings for any new product. Is in the good old days. It was super easy to get your listing at the top of the search results. Anyway, so looking at this here, I clicked it on, on one of these here, and it brought me to this listing here, I think. All right. This is the eBay community. Now, I know there's probably people out there probably saying, uh-oh, this eBay community, all they are is a bunch of negative people. They talk negative things, and they bring you down, and so on and so forth, and yada, yada, yada. But for all intents and purposes, I'm a top-rated seller, and I like to share information with you guys, and that's why I'm bringing it to your attention. Now, mind you, this stuff came out in 2014. Okay, it says better listing placement at top-rated seller. This came out 11/26/2014. I know it's old, folks. I know. It goes on to say, but you can still get an idea from old news too, okay? Because I don't know, maybe I'm sure things have changed by then, but I just want to read it out to you. It says, I am due to make a top-rated seller next month, and I understand visibility for my listings will be better. Have any top-rated, he should put top-rated. Have any top sellers here noticed that their listings get more hits? Big difference or little? Thanks. And then you read the comments. This again was responded to on the same day. It says, I'm due to make top-rated seller next month, and I understand the visibility for my listings will be better. Have any top sellers noticed that their listings get more hits? Big difference or little? Thanks. Then the person responds, sorry to say, but you need to stop drinking eBay Kool-Aid. I'm a TRS and power seller with 100% feedback and DSRs of all 5. My sales have never been worse than in the last 6 months. Okay, I'm not going to read all of these. If you would like to pick up on this here and read more about it, just go to the eBay community and just type in. You could probably archive the selling there. You can get the information from them. I'm not going to expand too much on this topic. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Okay, now in regards to let's see what I wanted to talk to you out here. All right, let's go. Let's get this out here. Competition-wise, I did a Google search today. How many sellers are on eBay? 2017, 2018 doesn't really do much, or 2019. Let's see if they updated it. Let's see here. Let's see what happens. What's sell? That's what it tells you. What's the sell for 2019? I'm not really interested in that. I want to share with you guys the active sellers. All right, now this is from 2017. Now, for those who are new sellers or thinking of getting involved with eBay, you are going to be up against right here, folks. This is Google, not me. It says eBay reports as of it says eBay reports as of 2017. There are 25 million sellers. The number who are actually serious sellers and who don't just create an account to sell an item on their basement, however, is much probably smaller. According to this Google search. Now, with that said, you can see there's a lot of active sellers on eBay. All right, to me, 25 million is a lot. Okay, I'm sorry, but it is. I mean, maybe people may beg to differ and look at things a little different, but I look at that. That's a lot of sellers on there, active sellers. Now, sometimes they'll talk about how many buyers. Active buyers, and sometimes I think if some people ain't paying attention, they might get the two confused or think they're one together. This here is 25 million sellers. You go a little down here, it says there are about 168 million active buyers on eBay right now. Again, look at the date though, 2017. These statistics, no doubt, changed. There's no doubt. What happened in 2017, there's got to be a lot more than 25 million, I would think. All right, so keep that in mind. All right, so you're going to be up against a lot of competition, and this is why I'm trying to tell you, if you want to try to stand out ahead of the pack, those first 3 slides I showed you about the negative feedbacks, those are the things you want to expand on, and you want it when you set up your service or your your eBay store or whatever it may be. Those are the things that you don't want to be implemented, not directly, but you don't want that in your store. You don't want that you don't have that mindset. If someone's got something, it's got to be returned, whatever, send it back, give them the refund, do what you got to do, but keep them happy. The whole purpose and the whole premise behind this is to keep the buyer happy. It's, after all, you're a seller. It's all about the buyer. Now, I know some people will sit there and bake the difference and say, oh, here we go. Yeah, but what about the poor seller? It goes both ways. But right now, again, the reason why I showed you those 3 pages is because those are negative feedbacks that are from buyers. And the whole idea behind showing you that is so you don't make those same mistakes. Okay? That's what it's all about, folks, where you don't make the same mistakes. Okay? So that's what that's all about. So anyway, I think we went back to this one here, right? Yeah, I think we went back to this. Let me see something here. I want to just check one thing out, folks, before I close it, because I got a couple more windows I want to open up here. Let me see if I got it already opened it. Let's see. Okay, it's still spinning around up here. Okay. Back to this one again. I just want to share one thing with you. So this person here, okay, and this is again, these are opinions of other people. This came out the same day, 11/26/2014. This person, because they're 2 different ones, right? Let's see here. I think it's all right. It's the same thing. Okay. Oh, okay. It is the same. And I'm looking up here. Here it goes. That's it is. That's you can tell if it's a different person. This person here writes, I am due to make top-rated seller next month, and I understand the visibility for my listings will be better. Have any top sellers have noticed their listings get more hits? Big difference or little? Thanks. Then this person writes back here and responds. It says, first, remember that the TRS only gives you a listing boost in best match. A better best match score does not necessarily mean better placement. The boost may be enough to move you ahead of any other listings. Okay? So again, there's like a gray area there. One person says yes, another person says no, type of thing. I think, well, I did my own research on it there, and to be honest with you, I did it right after I made a listing, and I did do a Google search, and I did see it there within some time later. Give the algorithm a chance to update. I did notice it did show up in search. Okay, now, is it going to be higher in other cases than other people? That I don't know. All I know is it showed up in search. So at least if people go on Google, they could, if they type in that there, if that particular item, I should be up there with the others, So keep that in mind, folks, okay? And regard as far as that part goes there. All right, let's bump out of here. I know it's like a little segue here. I'm sorry, guys. All right, so we know about that. I'm going to bump out of that. And I got like I said again, I got this information off of Google. So Google put that there. Now, going back, this is just a little segue of mine. Going back on my stuff, I'm getting ready to close out. If you guys, I just want to show you the reason why I'm showing this here is because when you do your ad, excuse me, when you do your ad, now, how come mine just ain't showing up here? Hold on for a second. 1 minute here. That's very odd. Isn't that something? My ad didn't show up over here. That's very interesting. I want to show you my display listing here. Let me just click on, try this one here. What I was going to say is, here we go. When you do your listings, this here has to be an adjustment here, of course. You can see it's supposed to be more centered. That's kind of like, I don't know why that happened. I do a lot of my listings at front page 2002, I believe it is. So I do a lot of my that's what I do on my templates. Anyway, I guess I didn't adjust it right. What you could do is just to give you an idea, you could put satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. And when you're doing your description, make sure that, you put it in there pretty much everything. Be upfront and honest, Don't have it where, you're going to have, if you leave something out, you should always definitely proofread it. You definitely want to make sure that I put over here the dimensions here, as you can see. All right, don't forget the dimension. Now, this is for a pocketbook, right? The evening handbag. All right, so make sure you put all that information in. The item specifics, pretty important. If you could do it, put them in there. Try to fill out whatever you can, because I think that's going to help you out. Make it even better in search. I think so anyway. The more, the better. The more information, the better, I feel. I also put over here for feedback. Well, this here, you don't really need to put this if you don't want to, because it's basically, I got it up here, satisfaction guarantee your money back. But I just throw this in here. Please note, if you're not 100% satisfied with your purchase, please send it back with no questions asked. Our buyers are our number one priority. Satisfaction is our number one goal. That's just like a little, segue out there to just say, hey, don't worry, give them a little confidence there, And I put this little thing here. Thank you for stopping by. Also, with the feedback, because sometimes people, if they'll leave a feedback and a negative feedback, or think about it. I'm telling them, please note, before leaving any negative feedback, they ask you to contact me first, because you always want to extend yourself to the buyer. Okay, you always want to extend yourself to the buyer. I know a lot of people are out there, probably if they see this video, saying, "Oh, this he sounds like he's all out for the buyer." I'm for both. I'm for the buyer and the seller. Remember, I sell exclusively on eBay. Okay, so I got the little kit and caboodle there, I got the little starter store and stuff. So I'm a seller, but the thing is, I'm just trying to say, I'm not saying I'm all for the buyer, pro buyer, and and not with the seller. That's not the case. But I'm just trying to say, for the newbies, you could. I'm just use it as a template here, just to give you an idea. This is my template. If you get any ideas off it, you're more than welcome to use it. So you don't have to worry about it. If you do use the whole thing exactly, whatever, I'm not going to sit there and come after you and stuff like that. Say, oh, this person can contact eBay and say they're copying my. I don't care. If it'll help you out, go for it. The other thing you might want to do is, like I said, let them know outside of when you're doing your template, whatever. Just you could do something like this. All right, before they leave a negative feedback, you can tell them to contact you first. I also put over here we always will work with our potential buyers and want them to be completely satisfied with their purchase. If for some reason they are not, sure the item that is being auctioned and need additional information, please don't hesitate to contact me by email before placing any bids. We always will answer your questions in a timely manner. The reason I put it that way, because I might step out for dinner, or I might have stepped out for whatever, I had to take care of personal things. I might not be able to get back to you right there and then. I'm not glued to the computer, because I do need to get away from this thing once in a while. That's why I said we will always answer your questions in a timely manner, meaning I'll get back to you. If you want to put your return policy there, you can do that too. We will issue a full refund for new and pre-owned merchandise if not completely satisfied. You're given just like a little piece of comfort. A lot of people say, well, a lot of sellers do the same thing, but it's nice to be different. Okay, I like to stand out. I like to do things. I was just on another seller's listing there. I follow him on YouTube, and his description is so bland. I mean, it's pathetic. Not pathetically bad, but I mean, and he's making sales. There's no doubt about it. But he puts like a one-liner in there. If he's selling something, say, oh yeah, let's say it's a coffee pot. Coffee pot's been tested, works good. That's it. That's the description. Really, I'm serious. Then again, well, getting off of that topic, a return policy. Okay, we'll issue a full refund on new and pre-owned merchandise if you're not completely satisfied. And people like to know, at least back in the past, do you do combined shipments? Why have them message you? Just put it in there this way. I'll keep that. That's one less thing you got to answer to. Put it there, because sometimes, well, a good majority of people that used to contact me before I put that in there, they would say, do you do combined shipments? And I'd say, yes, it's in my description. Well, here's the other problem, though, just to give you guys a heads up. Not all buyers read the descriptions. So even though I put all this stuff here, a buyer may not even read all this here, but you know what? It protects me. Okay? And, who knows? Maybe I haven't had it recently, but some people say, do you do combined shipment? So apparently there are people reading it. But in the past, I did do a video about buyers not reading the descriptions. I'm not saying because of me, but it's changed. And you could also put down the tracking service, which we know with eBay you get free tracking. And again, you could say buy with confidence. And this is a nice little thing, a little tidbit of information to add. Smoke-free and pet-free environment. Some people are allergic to pets. Some people like smell. I don't mind the pet part. I just don't like smoke. So if that's the thing. When you're buying from somebody and you don't know if that person smoked and they're putting it up for an auction on eBay, unless they have it dry cleaned, whatever it is, that's a different story. But if you're going to get like a blazer or a t-shirt and it's got smell like smoke on it, I know I would be pretty upset with it, and most likely I would send it back. Even if you said, well, you could wash it. I know, but the thing is, be upfront and honest. That's what I'm talking about, folks. Okay? Be upfront and honest. And if you are, you shouldn't have any problems. Okay? We're all humans, although, however, you may make a mistake at one point. I have. And there's times I had to revamp even had to do my YouTube video, I had to revamp it. Actually delete it, even with the views on it, I had to delete it and redo it again because it didn't sound right. And I don't want people to get the wrong impression. But you can see over here, and that's the last thing on the shipping policy. Once the item is paid for, it will be shipped within 5 business days. Now, if you got the time and the item was purchased, right now I'm in New York, okay? So for me, what I would do is, like I said, depending on the time span, they close, my post office or my local post office closes at 5 p.m. here. So if it comes in between 4 and 4:30, there's no way I'm going to rush to it unless I can, because like I said, it is a little distance, not far distance, but it'll just wait till the next day. All right? Don't knock yourself out, okay? Don't go crazy and say, oh my God, I got 15, 20 minutes, because that's where you may make a mistake. Especially if you do multiple orders and you say, I got to try to get it out by 5 o'clock. You may send that's when the mishandling will come in. You may put the wrong label on the wrong thing, send the wrong item to the person, and they're going to be just like that people. They complain. And you may get a negative feedback. So just be careful, okay? And now, closing out, I just want to share these last 2 things with you guys. For those who are new to my YouTube channel, you can see it over here. It's Everyday Vlogging with Rich Pasini. Daily vlogs every day. Don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you guys as a subscriber. My channel is growing little by little. I hope people will like the content. They'll keep coming back for more. I hope you guys do. So if you do like it, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. And also hit that bell notification icon if you want to be updated. And the very last thing I want to share with you guys is, if you are, I know it's a segue here, this is my store. I'm just throwing it out there in case you guys are new. This is for the new people coming to the in my channel, whatever, well, to my listing here and to my channel. Of course, I do sell on eBay, and this is my user ID right here. If you type this in, like I said, you can't find me. Just type in this user ID, which is shop-RJ Pasini-4-great-deals. Okay, a lot of dashes. I was going to keep it all one word, but I said let me break it up. It'll look funny if it's all one word. But these are things I have, and folks, I've been accepting a lot. I only have 116, I think, 118 results. Okay, I only have 118 things. I have more to put up, but right now I'm trying to get this video done. These are the things I'm selling, and I do accept best offers. So if you guys see anything here, and you make a best offer, I have been accepting, as long as they're reasonable. Okay, if I'm selling something for $2.99, don't say I'll give you $1 for it. For me personally, I would just leave it at that. Well, that's the person. I'd feel funny, asking, would you want to sell it for $1 or something? And, especially if the item is cheap enough. I mean, it's like, come on, give the poor seller a break. I know everyone's things like next to nothing, but that's what we're here for, right? To make some cash. But yes, everything you see here, folks, is all basically with the buy it now. So if you see anything you like, please don't hesitate to make an offer. But I'm just going to get this down to the bottom here. I'm not going to do the other ones. We could check that out another time. You could check it out if you will go check out my eBay listings. All right, that's the user ID up here. It's right there. All right, right here. That's where you want to go. Now I'm going to close out this video. Well, that concludes the video right now, folks. So for those who are new in regards to wanting to get involved with eBay, I hope that information helps out. I know it's kind of like cryptic. I was kind of talking fast. I didn't want to go into full details with it because for the simple reason is it'll be over an hour or better, and I'm really been trying to keep the watch time and the video time down too, because like I said again, doing my own YouTube analytics, I look at the watch time and stuff like that, and not everybody wants to watch long videos. I know the last one I did, I think yesterday, or this morning, wee hours in the morning, I was up at wee hours in the morning trying to get this other video up. I think it was a 44 minutes or 46 minutes. I don't know if people watched it, if they did or not, if they like it or not, I don't know. But all I'm trying to do is keep the videos. I'm trying to shorten the time span up there, I don't want it to be too long. So going forward, doing the reseller news, I like to keep between, if possible, unless it's something I need to really expand on, between 10 and 15 minutes. Just like a news brief, bing, bang, boom, and it's done, However, if there are situations where there's topics that I need to expand on, I will tell you right up front, the video is going to probably be a lot longer than 15 minutes. Give you a heads up, and after you hear that, you might turn the video off. I hope you don't. I hope you watch it. I really do go through a lot of work putting getting these videos up together, folks. It's not easy, believe me. Being a YouTube creator, and especially a daily vlogger, it takes a lot of work. Because you got to sit there, to me anyway, I speak on my own behalf, I got to think of things to put out. Remember, I'm putting daily vlogging, every day. Now, I usually like to try to shoot for 2 videos a day. Now, I don't know if there's going to be another one coming up later on. You hear the grandfather's clock going back there. It's 3 p.m. here. I'm on the East Coast of New York. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to put another video up, but I usually like to do 2 a day, okay? My goal, for all intents and purposes, and whatever reasons people may say why, is to have 1,000 videos before the year's over. I think if everything goes well, God willing, I think I could achieve that goal, at least have 1,000 videos. Now, a lot of people may say, what's the big deal having 1,000 videos? It's just something I want to do, It's just like a person that's got an associate's degree says, I want to go to college and I want to get my bachelor's or master's degree. Why do you want it? It's something I want to do. I always wanted it, It's something along that line. So it's the same thing. But anyway, guys, look, I don't want to ramble on. I hope you got something out of this video. I hope it helped, especially for the newbies. Like if you're thinking of selling eBay, that little tidbit of information I'm giving you there, I hope it helps out somewhat. I hope you get something from it. You get a takeaway. And like I said again, the reason why I put those pages up there, in regards to that buyer, actually the seller, as you notice, I don't want no names in it because I'm not here to make any derogatory statements, and I don't want to expose a seller or buyers like that. I want to keep that private. But I just want you guys to see when it comes to things like that, and especially for yourself. If you're curious, you could always refer back to this video if you choose to do so. If not, when you go to a seller, look at their negatives and see if they have a high negative count. And read some of them. Read some of the pages in there, stuff like that, and just get an idea. Not to sit here. I'm not here to say, and it applies to me too. I don't care if I have 100% feedback. I would encourage people before they make any purchases from me to read my feedbacks to see what other sellers, other buyers are saying about me. And I would do that. I recommend to do that with all situations, be a buyer or seller. It doesn't take time to sit there and check out the feedback score. Now, a lot of people may say feedback, I don't really believe in it. I don't think it's that important. But the thing is, by checking it out, especially the negatives, I always go right to the negatives. The positives I know are going to be great. That's their positive. But the negatives, I always want to know why. It's like with me, it's the cause and effect. Why is it? Why did that particular buyer make a statement like that or a comment like that? Why did they leave that negative feedback? What was the purpose behind it? What did the seller leave out? What he or she didn't do? So that's the whole idea of showing you that there. Okay, I use that as an example because, like I said again, there are others out there that have a lot. The people that do have negatives. There's a lot of, I can think of a lot of them out there where people are just outright. The sellers just don't either deal with the person, don't want to deal with them, or they're just fed up with them, or maybe they're so busy they don't have the time. Now that when I showed you that seller, if I'm not mistaken, I think, don't quote me on it, I think they have either 100,000 listings or 200,000. They have a lot of listings. That's all I could say. All right. So, in a mix of things, things like that can happen where things can get lost. Maybe the person took the picture wrong, and the person said, with the scuffed shoes. Maybe he had me. Maybe I'll put it this way: when I do my listings, if I'm selling women's shoes, first off, I stay at my desk, right? And I will pick that item up, look at it left and right, sideways, top, everywhere, you name it, any which way, and I'm going to look for flaws on that thing. If it's got scratches, if it got things, dents, or whatever, and I'm going to make sure it's listed in my description, period. Okay? If it's got a scratch on it, it's got a dent on it, I'm going to put it in there. Because, folks, let me put it this way. You send something like that out to a buyer, you may get it off your premises. But when a buyer gets it and they see it, they're going to send it back to you. I know I would. Item is not as described. Okay? And that's it. They're going to send it back. They're going to open a case with eBay, and eBay is going to, is going to go with them. They're going to go along with them with the buyer, because they're going to say, hey, it's the seller he wasn't accurate in the description. Be descriptive. Be honest, upfront and honest. Provide good service. If you're on your computer, I live on this thing, to be honest with you. If I get a message come up, I have my notifications set on my Google Chrome. So if I get a notification, be it someone's making the best offer, or if I'm selling or whatever, or let's say someone's trying to contact me, I get a little notification there, and I will respond right away. I will not make the buyer wait. Now, don't message me at 2 o'clock in the morning, because I'm on the East Coast. I go to sleep around 12 o'clock, 12:30, midnight. So I'm up on that. That's it. That's my cutoff time. Between 12 and 12:30, I shut this thing off. That's it. I'm done with eBay. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it until the next morning. I mean, I live on this thing. It's like an appendage. I'm always with it. It's like I never get away from I have my lunch. I sit at my desk. My breakfast. The only thing I sit at the desk for, at the table, the dinner table, is when I'm having breakfast or supper. But for the most part, when I'm having my lunch, when I'm having a sandwich, I sit here working, eating, going on a computer, eating, taking bites of food and stuff like that, and then going back again. So it gets to be crazy after a while. So, all I'm saying is, again, just in closing, if you're going to sell on this platform, I'm not saying to, kowtow to the buyers, do this and all that stuff there. But all I'm saying, folks, is do the right thing by them, and you'll get repeat customers, hopefully. But if you start getting a lot of negative feedbacks, and that's the whole purpose of me showing you that there, so you don't go down that route. Anyway, this is Rich Pasini signing off. I wish you guys all the best, and if you are going to be getting involved with eBay, you are going to be a new seller, good luck on your endeavors. I will say one thing. I just want to say one thing really quick. If you are going to be a new seller on eBay, I said this in my other videos, so don't get upset with me. Please don't quit your day job. Don't quit your day job. Do it as a hobby, a part-time business. Don't quit your day job. That's another story. We'll leave that for another time. Take care now. Rich Pasini signing off. Bye-bye.